Your dog follows you to the bathroom for a reason. And no, it's probably not because they're clingy. Most people laugh when it happens. They close the bathroom door, and suddenly there's a nose under the gap, paws scratching lightly. A dog waiting outside like something important is happening. But dogs don't stay close without purpose, especially in vulnerable moments. And that's what most people never realize. To a dog, the bathroom is strange. You disappear into a small enclosed space. You close a barrier between you and the rest of the house. Your scent becomes concentrated. Your routine changes, your movement pauses. And for an animal built to monitor social connection, that moment matters more than you think. Dogs evolved in groups where separation could mean danger. In nature, being isolated from the pack even briefly could increase vulnerability. So over thousands of years, dogs became extremely sensitive to movement, distance, and emotional availability. That sensitivity never disappeared. It simply adapted to human life. Which means your dog is constantly tracking where you are, not in an obsessive way, in a nervous system way. You are their reference point. Your movement affects their state. Your absence changes the emotional atmosphere of the house. Even small disappearances can trigger attention. That's why some dogs follow you room to room without making a sound. Not because they need entertainment, but because proximity itself feels regulating. And strangely, the bathroom creates one of the strongest versions of that separation. Because unlike other rooms, the door usually closes. For humans, closing a bathroom door means privacy. For a dog, it can feel like sudden disconnection. Especially because dogs don't understand the purpose of the room itself. They don't think, he's taking a shower, she'll be back in 5 minutes. They only notice a pattern. You were accessible. Then suddenly, you weren't, and dogs are masters of pattern detection. That's why many dogs begin reacting before you even enter the bathroom. They recognize the footsteps, the direction you're walking, the change in routine, the subtle cues that predict temporary separation. Sometimes they stand up instantly. Sometimes they follow calmly. Sometimes they rush ahead before the door closes. Not random, anticipation. Researchers studying canine attachment have found that dogs often use humans as a secure base, a concept also seen in human infants. When the trusted figure is nearby, the nervous system remains calmer. Exploration feels safer. Rest becomes easier, but when access suddenly disappears, attention increases. And this becomes even stronger in emotionally bonded dogs. Because emotionally attached dogs don't just monitor location, they monitor emotional presence. Your tone, your breathing, your pace, your energy level. Dogs are constantly reading tiny changes in the human nervous system. In many cases, before humans even notice those changes themselves. That's part of why some dogs wait outside the bathroom completely silently. No barking, no scratching. Just waiting. Almost like they're making sure the connection still exists. And the fascinating part is this. Many dogs relax the moment you come back out. Not because something exciting happened, but because the social loop closed again. You returned. The environment makes sense again. Their reference point is back in motion. This is also why bathroom following behavior becomes stronger during periods of stress. Not only your dog's stress, yours too. Dogs are incredibly sensitive to emotional instability inside a home. Changes in routine, tension in the body, fatigue, anxiety, silence, restlessness, even when nothing is spoken aloud. And when humans become emotionally overwhelmed, many dogs begin increasing proximity behaviors without realizing it. Following more closely, sleeping nearer, watching more carefully, waiting outside doors longer than usual. Not because they consciously understand human psychology, but because they detect nervous system shifts. To a dog, emotional states are physical events. They can hear changes in breathing, smell hormonal changes connected to stress, observe movement patterns becoming less predictable, So sometimes, your dog following you to the bathroom is not just habit. It's monitoring, a quiet form of social checking, almost like their brain is asking, "Are we still connected? Are you still here? Is everything okay?" And interestingly, dogs that are deeply bonded to one person often show this behavior the most intensely, especially rescue dogs, sensitive dogs, highly empathetic breeds, or dogs that rely heavily on routine and emotional predictability. Because for these animals, closeness is stabilizing. That's why some dogs don't even need physical contact. They just need visual confirmation. Seeing you is enough. Hearing you move is enough. Knowing where you are helps their nervous system settle, which means the behavior people joke about might actually be one of the clearest signs of emotional attachment in the entire human-dog relationship. And maybe that's why this behavior feels strangely emotional to so many people. Because deep down, most humans recognize what's happening. A living creature choosing proximity, again and again, without being asked. Not for food, not for commands, not for reward, just connection. Your dog doesn't follow you because the bathroom is interesting. They follow you because you are. Your presence has become part of their emotional map of safety. Your movement matters to their nervous system. Your return restores familiarity, predictability, calm. And in a world where dogs spend their entire lives trying to understand human behavior, sometimes the simplest thing they can do is stay close, even outside a bathroom door. So the next time you hear paws walking behind you down the hallway, or see your dog quietly waiting outside the door, you may be looking at something deeper than habit. You may be watching attachment in its purest form. A silent instinct that says, "I feel safer when you're near." And for an animal that cannot explain emotions with language, following you everywhere may be one of the clearest ways they know how to say it. If your dog does this too, you're not alone. And maybe neither is your dog. Thank you for watching.